This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter in for Scott Dennis. Thanks for joining us. Our top story this afternoon, German officials are now confirming they're treating the Berlin Christmas market attack that killed 12 and injured dozens more as an act of terrorism. They also revealed this morning it's possible the man they have in custody may not be the perpetrator, and those responsible for the act are still on the loose. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
This morning, Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel at the site of the country's deadliest attack in decades. This as the large truck used as a weapon of mass destruction is removed to be thoroughly examined for evidence. With Germany's top prosecutor now saying the person detained yesterday may not have been the perpetrator or belong to the group of perpetrators. But this much they can confirm. It was around 8 p.m. in Berlin. This truck suddenly came barreling over a sidewalk and headed straight for the stands where hundreds were out shopping at this Christmas market.
Doing a little bit of shopping, and I stopped to respond to a text message.
This American tourist believes that text message saved her life.
I just hightailed it as far as I could, and I hid behind a stall because there was really nowhere to go.
According to eyewitnesses, the truck was speeding and showed no signs of stopping, traveling at least 50 yards before crashing to a halt. That truck is believed to be from Poland, where it was registered, and the attacker allegedly hijacked the truck at some point, murdering its Polish driver, found dead in the truck. As for the man in custody, we're told he's a 23-year-old from Pakistan in Germany as a refugee and denying any involvement with this attack. And so German officials are urging the public to remain vigilant. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Also overseas, evacuations continue to be at a standstill in war-torn Syria. About 3,000 people are left in Aleppo waiting to be evacuated. The city has been ravaged by war after Syrian government troops took it over from rebel forces earlier this month. Residents there are now hoping to leave before the government seizes full control of the city. However, the next convoy of buses comes tomorrow to pick up the remaining fighters and their families, and activists say it could be the last transport out of the city. The war between the Syrian government and the rebels has been going on for almost 6 years. Here at home, a man charged in a fatal home invasion robbery learns his fate for the crime. A jury found 23-year-old Christian Theodore guilty of first-degree murder. That's according to the Bradenton Herald. Now, in 2014, Theodore and 2 other men were involved in a home invasion that resulted in the death of 25-year-old Jonathan Jeffrey. Investigators say the men broke into his home, which he shared with his wife. They tied the couple up and demanded drugs and money. That's when prosecutors say Theodore shot Jeffrey in the head. Others involved in the murder accepted plea deals and are sentenced to life in prison. Meanwhile, sentencing for Theodore is set at a later date. The suspect involved in an armed robbery of the Little Country Store in Bradenton last week has now been identified. Bradenton police are now looking for 27-year-old Tyrone Burns Jr., who they say is considered armed and dangerous. They believe he robbed the store on 15th Street East last Thursday morning. The female clerk was opening the store when a man followed her inside. He then threatened her with a knife, took money from the register, and fled the scene. Police say Burns is homeless and frequents drug areas. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. In Sarasota, plans are changing for the mixed development project at the corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road. Benderson Development had planned as many as 500 condos for the Siesta Promenade. Now, a spokesman for the project says those numbers are not definite.
So it's really the first step in a long process. Even though we've been at it for a long time, we got reset by the commission and we're seeking feedback.
So you're not locked into those numbers?
No, not at all.
Well, the final details for the development are going to the County Planning Commission in the next few months. The land has been vacant for a while, and a homeless camp has formed within the 24-acre property. Benderson says they'll handle that immediately. And it is certainly an interesting day outside today. I went outside and my hair turned into a frizz ball. So
not a good hair day.
Not at all.
No, it's very humid out there,
Right.
really kind of sticky. And, you know, we haven't warmed a whole lot because of the cloud cover that's been around.
Right.
And we started out a little foggy, actually.
Yeah, this morning, pretty foggy. foggy
Yes, indeed.
drive.
This is the Cortez Bridge webcam. Check this out. Now, at times, as the sun rose, things were pretty much obscured, you know, judging distances by the distance between light poles there. I'd say for 15, 20 minutes, you had visibility down below a tenth of a mile. So it was pretty thick in places at times this morning, as all burned off, giving us some low clouds now. And not much in those clouds in the way of any kind of rain showers. I only put the rain chance today, maybe 10% for some passing drizzle or some light rain. You can see on radar right now. Just not a whole lot happening here locally. Maybe a little patch of drizzle down there by the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. Otherwise, we're looking at a daytime high. The top's out warm, though, up around 78. We'll have the complete forecast in a minute.
All right, thanks so much, John. Well, in Northport, city commissioners are continuing efforts to bring a hospital to the city. Applications are being accepted for the Medical Hospital Task Force, which can help determine new medical services. Also, early next year, city officials are planning to go to discuss legislative action and possibly get rid of the certification process altogether. The moves come after a judge ruled Northport did not qualify for a certificate of need to build the hospital. Now, the task force will be up for discussion at a commission meeting next month. Meanwhile, plans to build a new hotel at the Bradenton Area Convention Center are falling into place. The Palmetto City Commission has voted on a conceptual financial agreement to help fund the project with Manatee County. However, they're still looking for more information on the county's financial commitment to the project before they make any final agreement. The project calls for a new 250-room hotel with public meeting space and a restaurant. Once finalized, hearings for rezoning and site plans will begin early next year, and construction could be completed by 2018. Happening today, police officers will be taking over a local retail store in an effort to make the holidays a little merrier for kids in need. Officers with the Palmetto Police Department will be at the Walmart on 10th Street East for their Honor the Badge event. Each officer will be paired with a child to take them on a shopping spree, and about 40 kids will be participating. That begins at 4 o'clock. Also in Manatee County today, the Sheriff's Office will be giving away bikes to those in need. 100 children were chosen to receive a bike for the Sheriff's Office first ever Holiday Bikes for Tykes event. The bikes will be handed out during a party tonight at the Sheriff's Office, where there'll be food and music for both the kids and their families. It starts tonight at 6:30. The donations were made to Holiday Bikes for Tykes and will help provide bicycles for less fortunate children next year. Well, it's time now to head over to the kitchen and check in with our guest chef for the day, Chef Ian Clark from Harry's Continental Kitchen. Hey there, Ian. Thanks for joining us today. What do you plan on making for us?
Today I'm going to make some garlic-infused shrimp with some roasted corn polenta.
All right, thank you so much. We look forward to that. Stay with us. We'll be back.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare.
Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Do you know there is money available to lower your Medicare prescription costs?
Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you with no cost or obligation. We'll search a variety of plans from nationally recognized companies to find the coverage that's the best fit for you at a price that fits your budget, and we'll do it at no charge to you.
Plus, you may be able to save money on prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify.
Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy?
Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs.
Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call the number on the screen now to make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Don't wait. Call now.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a
limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59, ceramic tile 99 cents, and 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents, but these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at a cooler 73 degrees. That in part because we started the morning off a little bit cooler because of a northeast wind drawing down some slightly cooler air, but also the cloud cover just knocking out the sun today. We have a dew point value coming in at 69, still kind of humid and thick out there. I think we'll start to see that dew point value, though, begin to decrease because a frontal boundary is slowly sinking across the area. East-northeast wind coming in at about 6. I think that northeast wind is going to be a signature of our forecast over the next 5 days or so. That's not going to change a whole lot. Wow. Temperatures across the nation, frigid, boy. Deep freeze is on across the nation right now. 29 degrees in Cleveland, 25 Chicago O'Hare, Billings freezing, Denver just a little above, Albuquerque below, 28 degrees Kansas City, 44 in New Orleans, and we are the hottest spot in the country, coming in at 73 degrees in Tampa, 82 in Fort Myers. By the way, yesterday, Fort Myers was the hottest location in the United States. 54 degrees Panama City, 51 Tallahassee, 49 in Jacksonville. Obviously, there's a difference between these cooler temperatures to the north and the warm, humid air to the south, and that difference is a cold front. Hasn't quite made it through here yet. It will limp its way through. Won't lower our temperatures a whole lot, but I think tomorrow's highs will probably be somewhere in the 74, 75 degree region. We've got 74 Wauchula. Parrish coming in at 74, 73 Sarasota, 77 in Venice, 81 in Punta Gorda. The cold front itself sinks southward around a big dome of cold high pressure and a northeasterly wind. That northeasterly wind pushes the front through the area. It stalls out down in South Florida, and until it washes away completely, it will be a kicker mechanism to produce a little bit of cloud cover that we have around currently. And I think we'll probably start the day off tomorrow with a little bit of cloud cover, but I think by the end of the day, we'll probably see a little bit more sunshine tomorrow than we are going to see today. So slightly cooler today, in part because of the clouds, and an isolated shower is possible. We've got a couple in progress around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. Winds, as I mentioned, will be directed pretty much consistently right into the weekend out of the northeast, and that's not a bad thing. You know, we've had that issue with some red tide along some of our area beaches and continue to do so. So an offshore wind is the ideal. What you don't want is an onshore wind with any kind of strength. So even though the concentrations in the water might be higher, we're only reporting by Marines observers a slight irritation in the air at Lido, Nokomis, Manasota, and Gasparilla, but the offshore wind helping to aid that situation. So good news in that regard. Of course, the best news would be no red tide whatsoever, but we'll deal with what we have to deal with. A cold front producing the cloud cover that we see across the state on our visible satellite imagery. Secondary cold front back to the west will visit us later in the week. We have right now across the state most of the showery activity out in the Atlantic waters, but we have a few popping up from time to time across our region, and that's about all we'll see today, about a 10% chance of that. For boaters, winds will escalate a little due to that front sinking south, coming in northeast at about 15, subsiding a bit during the overnight, but still, it's enough to give you a moderate chop on your bay and inland waters. Forecast for the week ahead, not bad. The front comes through, the winds out of the northeast, drop our temperatures a few degrees, more sunshine as drier air filters in. And then for the weekend, for Hanukkah and Christmas, we'll be up near the 80-degree mark. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Well, in your health news today, kids in Florida are getting Baker acted at an alarming rate, and it's raising eyebrows and concerns. The Tampa Bay Times is reporting that the total number of minors evaluated under the Baker Act increased by half between 2010 and 2015. The Baker Act is a law designed to commit people thought to be mentally ill or a danger to themselves or others for evaluation. It's believed that mental health awareness and cyberbullying are factors for the increase. Sweeter drinks do not sweeten your life. In fact, drinking sugar and spice and everything nice might contribute actually to heart failure. In a study of 42,000 men over 12 years, it was found that men who drank at least 2 sweetened beverages a day had a 23% higher risk of heart failure. The study was published in the British Medical Journal. Now, if you haven't started to think about your New Year's resolution yet, well, here's one to consider. It's called lunch swapping. Not only can it help you lose weight, it can also help save some cash and a lot of time. ABC's Mara Ciavacampo explains.
The office lunch, hardly happy hour.
I just wanted
The quest for that perfect desktop meal, often expensive and far from healthy. Average spending on lunch more than $2,700 a year, with takeout costing almost double the price of a homemade meal and bringing an average of 1,200 calories, almost half the suggested calorie count for an entire day. But now, some are finding the answer to this lunch letdown with a meal swap. These New York City elementary school teachers are helping each other stay on track with a lunch club.
I think everybody wants to eat better, it's just really hard.
Here's how it works. One person prepares meals for everyone in the group for the entire week, and then they switch. The cost? $35 per person each week, guaranteeing everyone not just an affordable lunch, but also a healthy one, something even their students have noticed.
They've said like, oh, Ms. Schreiner, you don't eat chocolate anymore for lunch. And I'm like, you're right, I don't. That's because I have this delicious kale and salmon salad to eat.
But the effects of this lunch go far beyond the afternoon. They've all picked up healthier habits overall. Kate Farrell even losing 10 pounds.
How has this positively impacted your life overall?
Having a really healthy lunch then leads to no snacking in the afternoon and leads to thinking, well, I made really healthy choices at lunch. I'm not going to blow it during dinner. But it's just sort of inspired me to really commit.
So how can you start your own lunch club? They say write out your planned meals for the week, do meal prep on Sundays, and buy in bulk when you can.
Well, switching gears a bit, a local production is featuring the works of some of the 20th century's greatest pianists and songwriters. John is back and joins us with a special guest from the Florida Studio Theater to tell us more. John?
That's right. Piano Men is a celebration of 20th century's best pianist, and joining us now is one of the 2 main characters in this show, and Brian Walters is here on to tell us more about the production. Thanks for coming in today, Brian. Sure do appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure being here.
So you play piano all through this show, is that
all
right?
Through the show.
And you sing?
And we sing.
Is there any dancing going on?
There is a little bit of dancing going on too when we get a chance to get away from the piano, and if it's not us, it's definitely the audience that's doing the
Sounds
dancing.
like a good time.
It's great.
It's for the audience?
Yeah.
So you get the audience involved in the production?
Absolutely,
Is this kind of an interactive thing?
It is interactive. You know, the music's so universal and it comes from a specific time and place that people just have an instant memory from whatever song that comes up. So if it's something that means something really close to the heart for them, they definitely tend to get a little emotional about it. And if it's just one of those big, we're going to dance this one out, there are people who just get up and dance it out.
You got people getting up on their feet.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's great. This is at a wonderful cabaret theater at Florida Studio Theater. And the show features some of the works of the 20th century's, as we said, greatest pianists and songwriters, such as Elton John, Billy Joel, and to name a few others.
Yeah, so we cover the pop sensations of specifically Billy Joel and Elton John and Stevie Wonder and Barry Manilow.
Oh, cool.
But we kind of, the real treat of the cabaret is that we start earlier and we go back to ragtime and back to the roots of where the piano got its kind of groove. And then we move through Jerry Lee Lewis and like Fats Domino and all those guys who brought the piano to where it is today. And so there's no artist left unscathed.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an homage to the piano, really.
Absolutely, yeah, the last century of the piano. Yeah.
There's some great piano music out there. How did you fall in love with the piano?
Well, I started playing when I was 10 years old, and it was because I started singing when I was 5, and I put 2 and 2 together that if you played the piano, you could sing more, you know? So I had to like do it on my own. And I told my parents, like, oh, I want to play the piano, and my mom said, oh, okay. And she said, if you save your money, you can get a piano. And so at 10 years old, I did. And I went walking.
You saved enough money for a piano?
Yeah, so I went walking in. Imagine 10-year-old me with tons of $1 bills, like 100 of them hanging out of his little pockets in Target to go buy this keyboard.
Oh, how fun.
And that was kind of the start of it. And I just kind of, I let it be for myself. And playing songs that I like, songs that I heard on the radio and stuff.
Let It Be, a great piano song, by the way.
Absolutely. Exactly,
So,
the Beatles great.
It sounds like a fun time. There's still tickets available, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Great holiday show. It runs through April 2nd, so not only a New Year's celebration, but beyond. And tickets are available at the Florida Studio Theater box office. Thanks, Brian, for coming in today. Sure do appreciate it. Enjoy Sarasota. You love this town. It's great.
It beats being in New York in the winter.
Oh, you're not kidding. Right. Did you see the temperatures I just showed?
I know.
29 degrees. Ouch. We'll be right back.
Sarasota Jungle Gardens invites your family to the Holiday Light Spectacular select nights in December. Come enjoy dazzling light displays, live entertainment, and pictures with Santa. Tickets and information available at the door or online at sarasotajunglegardens.com.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
The year is winding down, and that means big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off, with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Don't miss Sarasota Jungle Gardens Holiday Light Spectacular select nights in December. There's joyous music, roasting marshmallows, and festive family activities. Tickets and information available at the door or online at sarasotajunglegardens.com.
Merry Christmas.
Well, today, friends and family are celebrating the life of a beloved NBA reporter. A public memorial celebration is underway for Craig Sager in Atlanta. Sager passed away last Thursday after battling acute myeloid leukemia for more than 2 years. Now, he's best remembered for his colorful suits and colorful personality. He was also a member of the Turner family for more than 3 decades. Sager was 65 years old. Closer to home, the Bay Area is looking to earn more in tourism before a major sporting event comes to town. The Hillsborough County Tax Collector's Office and Airbnb are working hand in hand to allow the rental travel company to collect taxes on each night booked through its online portal. Now, the two have been in negotiations for the past year. However, they're still split on a few things, such as how much information the county should be able to see about the rental properties posted on Airbnb and verifying that that money is turned over accurately. Now, the county hopes to reach an agreement before Tampa hosts the College Football Playoff National Championship on January 9th. Despite what you may have heard, cheerleading is a sport to some, and it can be a pretty dangerous one. That held true on Monday Night Football as the Redskins faced the Panthers. Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins was heading towards the end zone when he was shoved out of bounds by defensive tackle Kawan Short. As you can see, Cousins falls, then slides right into one of the Redskins cheerleaders, knocking her over head first into the ground. That had to hurt. But fortunately, she wasn't injured in the tackle and had a smiling face. Now, you may want to grab the tissues for this story. At the conclusion of last night's game, a guard for the Notre Dame basketball team became speechless after he watched a video message from his brother on the big board at Purcell Pavilion. Matt Farrell's brother, Bo, is a lieutenant in the U.S. Army and deployed in Afghanistan, where the message seemed to originate from. But little did Matt know Bo wasn't as far away as he had thought. He was actually in the Irish locker room, and the camera stayed on him as he left to head to the court. The surprise brought the whole family to tears.
And I was really excited about that because that was coming up, but he got me. His friends are here, too, that came for the game. I was wondering why they came for a Colgate game, too, but now I know why, man.
Isn't that sweet? Well, Matt adds that neither him nor his parents had any idea Bo was even there or even in the U.S. Well, let's check back in for lunch with John and our guest chef, Ian Clark from Harry's Continental Kitchens. He's treating us today with garlic-infused shrimp. Sounds delicious, right? Hey, guys, how you doing?
Always a fun time when Ian's in the kitchen here. Good to have you here, sir.
Thanks for having me, John.
Happy holidays to you.
Same to you.
You've got some special things going on for the holidays over at Harry's.
We do. We have a new prefix starting in 2 days on the 22nd. It's a special holiday prefix. We got lobster raviolis, homemade, on the menu.
Yummy.
We'll be running that up until about New Year's Eve, and then we'll have a special New Year's menu running for the weekend also.
Well, cool. Are any of these dishes on any of those menus?
This is not. This is our house garlic-infused shrimp.
This is just for us.
Just for us. It's always on the menu. It's one of the nighttime dinners.
Great.
So.
Great. How do we do it?
To start out, get a nice hot pan. This might spit a little bit. It's going to have some olive oil.
Oh, that is a hot pan. Don't be afraid of the heat, huh?
Don't be afraid of the heat. Add your shrimp. We're going to kind of just go down the line here. You're going to sear the shrimp for about 15, 20 seconds on both sides. And then I'm going to add the garlic, caramelized red onions, green onions, some white wine, and then this barbecue butter that we make.
Yeah, it looks good to me. Now, what are you looking for here? Are you looking for an opaque, or are you going beyond that? Or
you just want to put a sear on them right now, and the white wine's what's actually going to finish cooking it. And then after the white wine, we'll add a butter to it, a compound butter, and it's almost going to make like a beurre blanc cream sauce.
Nice. There goes the garlic. What was the other ingredient? Was that
That's
an onion?
Caramelized red onions.
Red onions.
This is fresh green onions. And then the white wine's going to come into play here. And all that stuff stuck to the bottom of the pan right there, we'll add this white wine, and it'll bring all those flavors off the pan.
Nice. What kind of a wine do you use? Do you use sweet wine here, or are you using a drier wine?
This is a drier wine, more like a Chablis, or if you had an unoaked Chardonnay, would be really good to use with it. You don't want anything sweet because it'll take away from the flavors. So we'll let this reduce down a little bit. And then as it reduces down and gets down to about 1 ounce, we're going to add these bacon bits and this garlic butter that we make with Harry's ketchup, roasted garlic, fresh tomatoes, all sorts of stuff goes in that. The recipe's online for you.
Nice. All right.
So,
and you have some side dishes that you accompany
We
with
do.
that,
If
right?
you want, you can help me plate up.
Sure.
We're going to put some polenta right there and then fresh vegetables right next to it.
I love polenta. That is good stuff.
It's kind of like a take on shrimp and grits.
A little bit.
A little fancier. So we'll add this butter, kind of fold it in.
What have you got in the polenta here? Looks like there's is that mushrooms or what is that?
No, it's roasted corn. Get fresh corn.
Roasted corn.
Roast it off on the grill.
Nice little.
Kind of make it a little sweeter.
And then your vegetables looks like a zucchini and.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's zucchini, yellow squash, and red bell peppers. And that's just sautéed with some butter, garlic, shallots, salt, pepper, and always love.
There you go. Always available at Harry's Continental Kitchen. I'll tell you, you guys do put your heart and soul into your food there.
Got that right. And then here's the finished product with the shrimp. We'll just put it over on the top.
Oh, that looks nice. The recipe, I want to remind you, is on our website, mysuncoast.com. If you go on there and click on the dining link button, everything you need to know, including the video instructions from Chef, is available to view at any time you want to. Oh, look at there. And I bet that sauce on that polenta is just to die for.
It is.
Oh, man, does that look good.
This
Harry's
is John's
Continental
special
Kitchen.
plate up.
Thank you, sir. Ian, thanks very much
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
in
me,
today.
John.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
We'll be right back.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, performance and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALT has named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease a new Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Sarasota, we're uncorking something special at Michael's Wine Cellar and Tasting Room. Shop in a relaxed atmosphere with our wine specialists. You'll find 1,000 international wines, 200 under $20. National brand and boutique liquors at competitive pricing. Handcrafted beers. Stop by Michael's Wine Cellar and Tasting Room today and let us show you something exceptional.
A poodle butter dish. I'll use this. A chicken purse. It's so artsy. You're really good at giving gifts.
This holiday, give the perfect gift.
Perfect.
Flowers, always the perfect gift. Beneva Flowers and Gifts, exceeding your expectations.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our national news, 1 month from today, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. Yesterday, the Electoral College made it official, with the president-elect collecting more than 270 votes that he needed. Trump celebrated by tweeting, "We did it. Thank you to all of my great supporters." Meanwhile, last-minute efforts to keep Trump out of the White House did not work. Earlier this month, Bill Clinton told a New York weekly newspaper that Trump didn't know much, but he does know how to get angry white men to vote for him. And in Trump fashion, the president-elect fired back at the ex-president on Twitter, claiming that Clinton called him after the election. But despite it all, Clinton says he's proud of the hurdles his wife Hillary overcame.
She fought through everything, and she prevailed against it all, but you know, then at the end we had the Russians and the FBI deal, but she couldn't prevail against that. She did everything else and still won by 2.8 million votes.
Clinton actually won the popular vote by nearly 3 million, but she lost a handful of electoral votes. Some electors who were supposed to vote for her instead voted for Republican Colin Powell instead. Meanwhile, inmates are receiving an early Christmas gift from President Obama. The president granted 78 pardons and 153 commutations yesterday, with just 31 days left in office. The recent pardons are the most he's ever granted in the past 7 years. Most of the cases where less time was granted involved drug-related offenses that the president considered to be unduly harsh. Now, over the course of his presidency, Obama has granted clemency to 1,324 people, including 148 pardons. And Michelle Obama sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a one-of-a-kind interview, and it was her last interview as First Lady. The hour-long special aired last night. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has a recap.
Well, welcome to my home. Thanks for having me here.
As Michelle Obama prepares to leave the White House, she shares her reflections from the last 8 years of being on the world stage in her final interview as First Lady.
But let me just tell America, this is hard. It's a hard job.
For those wanting Michelle Obama to run for office after the White House, sorry folks, she says it's not happening.
No, people don't really understand how hard this is. And it's not something that you cavalierly just sort of ask a family to do again.
Mrs. Obama in an emotional turn, opening up about how race and class still impact the country.
We're so afraid of each other. You know, color, wealth, these things that don't matter still play too much of a role in how we see one another. And it's sad because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin. It's the size of our bank account.
And during the interview, President Obama walks in.
We were talking about hope and whether or not your administration achieved that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I feel hopeful.
What are you most hopeful about now?
The next generation.
Okay, the next generation.
You know, we've talked about this. History moves in cycles.
As for Michelle's mother, who has had a room at the White House the last 8 years.
Okay, where will your mother go? She's going back to Chicago. She's like, bye, Felicia.
Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Well, I am certainly wanting to say bye, Felicia, to this fog and humidity outside.
Yeah, I know. You know, here in December, we should be, 10 degrees cooler and a whole lot drier. But sure enough, it looks like, again, this morning we had a little bit of fog around. And tomorrow morning, maybe not so much.
Yeah, maybe hopefully a different story.
I think so. A slightly different story. Yeah. Maybe a different spin to the same story. It'll still be warm outside compared to where we normally would find ourselves. We'll be on the warm side of average, but at least we probably won't have the fog issues around quite as much as we did this morning.
That can be a hinder when you're driving in the morning, of course.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, slow go in some places today along the coastline. The fog was thick. Take a look at the Van Wezel webcam. Put it into motion. I mean, it was thick out there for boaters. It was a real problem again this morning. But the good news is it didn't last too terribly long, and it burned off pretty quickly. And we're looking at much improved conditions now. We have a lot of cloud cover around, and we will have throughout the day today. That cloud cover will in part help keep us a little on the cooler side, kind of cutting out the daytime heating a little bit. And we also have a few scattered areas of light drizzle and showers right now moving through areas around Inglewood and Rotunda. We will see those showers exit out into the Gulf and completely dissipate. Complete forecast for you in just a few. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, John. New at noon, the search for a missing Malaysian airline has been going on for the past 2 years, but now new evidence is having investigators believe they may have been looking in the wrong place. According to the latest analysis, investigators say the Boeing 777 is likely farther north of the current search zone in a remote patch of the Indian Ocean that's west of Australia. The plane disappeared in 2014 with 239 people on board while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Meanwhile, an underwater drone is back in U.S. hands. According to the Pentagon, China returned the unmanned water vehicle after it was seized by a Chinese Navy vessel near the Philippines just last week. The Pentagon is calling the move unlawful, but adds that U.S. planes and vessels will keep operating there. Analysts believe the drone grab may have been a partial reaction to President-elect Donald Trump's comments on China, where he recently questioned the U.S. long-standing policy that Taiwan is part of China. Well, the FBI is offering a reward of up to $20,000 to find the gunman who shot and killed a toddler in a road rage incident in Arkansas. Police say 3-year-old Asen King was with his grandmother on a shopping trip Saturday when a driver behind her got out of his car and fired his gun into her car. The gunshot then hit the child and he died at the hospital. The city of Little Rock is also offering a $20,000 award, and the local community says they're helping any way they can.
We want to let the killer know that we're on your trail. We're looking for you. We're going to find you.
Police say the shooting appeared to be random. The incident started when the driver behind the grandmother's car honked his horn when he believed she wasn't moving quickly enough at a stop sign. Back in Florida, authorities are now saying an Uber driver who shot a would-be robber acted in self-defense. The shooting happened this past Sunday, and the Uber driver was taking a passenger to the airport in Fort Lauderdale when a van cut him off. The driver then got out of the van with a gun and confronted the Uber driver. That's when the Uber driver shot him 4 times. Now, police believe the driver of the van had committed an armed robbery about an hour before the shooting happened. At the moment, the Uber driver hasn't been charged, but the company says they have a policy against drivers carrying weapons and are looking into the incident. A former postal worker who tossed thousands of pieces of mail in the woods is now being charged for it. 25-year-old Thomas Burum was indicted by a federal jury yesterday. He's being charged with delaying and destroying mail after investigators found about 4,500 pieces of mail in the woods right outside Atlanta back in October. Investigators say some of the mail was too damaged to even deliver. However, he's pleaded not guilty. Now, floats in the annual Tournament of Roses parade in California are known worldwide for their intricacy and beauty, but one particular float is sure to stand out this year. The parade is paying tribute to those killed in the Pulse nightclub shooting with a rainbow and dove-themed float. The theme, to honor and remember Orlando, was chosen by the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. The float will feature a white dove as a symbol of world peace, a double rainbow with the message of eternal hope in life, and 49 stars to represent the lives lost. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation hopes people watching the parade will join the call for peace.
We are, as a community, beyond the LGBT community, are saying no more. We are not going to take this anymore. So, banded together, we will put an end to the stigma, homophobia, and violence, and senseless violence.
A memorial tree with replicas of loving messages from around the world will also stand on the float. The 128th Rose Parade takes place on January 2nd. When we come back, John will have another look at our forecast for today and the rest of the week. And an 80s classic is getting new life in the millennial age, the retro device that has holiday shoppers waiting in line for hours at stores across the country. Details when we come back.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a CRV for $219 during Wild's final clearance. Just $219 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a Civic for $179 during Wild's final clearance. Just $179 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Taking a look at some air temperature outside. Not too bad, 73 degrees. That's comfortable enough with a dew point of 69, though. Feels kind of humid. It's a little sticky outside right now. I think we'll see that dew point drop by at least 5 to 8 degrees, I think, by tomorrow morning. Northeast wind coming in at about 6. It's not going to be a huge drop. We'll not be back in the 40s for dew points, but unless we'll shave a little of the humidity off, I think, over the next 24. Wauchula coming in at 77, so is Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, also Northport, Inglewood, and Venice. 81 degrees in Punta Gorda, 78 in Arcadia, Mayaca. Longboat Key comes in at 74. Across the region right now, this big ridge of high pressure, this cold dome that we've been talking about for days now, which has infiltrated out of Canada just about the entire United States, plummeting our morning temperatures to below freezing most everywhere across the country except the 2 coasts. We're seeing right now a northeasterly wind flow continuing to press that frontal boundary slowly southward, where it will stall out and eventually wash away. And as it does so, our chance for cloud cover will also start to decay tomorrow. And we'll see a little bit more sunshine around. That'll be nice. So slightly cooler today, lots of clouds and maybe an isolated shower. The cloud cover pattern clearly indicative of a cold front sinking southward. The visible satellite imagery coming into focus here in the last few frames, showing the cloud cover over the peninsula and also a few of the scattered showers that are around. The frontal boundary itself helping to lift the air slowly, and we've got a few showers in progress around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. There have been, across the state of Florida over the last 24 hours, some impressive rainfall totals. Polk County to our north saw a 3 to 5 inch rainfall, so pretty impressive there. We won't see anything like that. Northeast wind comes in at about 15, kind of decreasing a little bit overnight tonight. We'll have 2 to 3 foot seas and a moderate chop on bay and inland waters. Our water temperature running around 91 degrees. We have a couple of tides to talk about. We have a low tide coming at 12:03, followed by a high tide at 6:23, and another low tide at 1:11 in the morning. So people are wondering, will we have a cold Christmas or will we have a warm Christmas? Well, the fact of the matter is we're going to have a very, very warm Christmas. And in fact, across the United States, a lot of the eastern seaboard will be having a warm Christmas. Might actually break some records. Last year was a very exceptionally warm Christmas where a lot of records were broken, and the same thing might be true again this year. So the front comes through today. We'll lower our temperature for a few days, a few degrees, nothing really dramatic. We'll still be above average in our temperatures, but we will have some more sunshine and our humidity will be lower. Then as we head into the weekend, Hanukkah and Christmas, we'll see temperatures start to rise to where we get up to near the 80-degree mark. And that will be true all along the eastern seaboard, maybe as far north as New York City, where temperatures may be in the 50s for Christmas, which will be a nice little treat for them. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. New at noon in consumer headlines, a federal investigation has been opened up into Fiat Chrysler. U.S. safety regulators say they have received at least 43 complaints about the Chrysler vehicles rolling away after drivers shift transmissions into park. The investigation covers 2013 to 2016 Ram 1500 pickup trucks and the 2014 to 2016 Dodge Durango. 25 crashes and 9 injuries have also been reported. Fiat says it's cooperating with the investigation and is urging people to use their parking brakes instead. And a new federal warning today about smart cars as complaints are being reviewed about the engines in tiny smart 4.2 cars catching fire. In 6 cases, owners said they saw smoke, the check engine light come on, or they even heard an unusual noise before seeing flames. 2 other fires were not observed until the cars were actually stopped. Overall, there are 8 cases of cars being fully engulfed in flames, but no injuries luckily were reported. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating. They do say a recall is possible, but none have been issued yet. And having a paid vacation from work is something you would think a lot of people will take advantage of, but new numbers coming in are showing that's not the case. A report from Bankrate.com found about 60% of workers between the ages of 18 to 25 did not use their allotted vacation days this year. Another 25% surveyed said they won't use any of their time at all, which includes generationers and baby boomers. And it's not clear why people aren't taking the time off, but experts suggest taking occasional breaks from the 9 to 5 to ease off stress and tension on an average workday can bring. And when it comes to the hottest Christmas gifts this year, Nintendo's NES Classic video game system tops the list. And they're going pretty fast, especially online. But you may have some luck at Best Buy. Starting today, the store will be selling the retro game systems, but it's only a limited number of them, and they're on a first-come, first-served basis. The NES Classic Edition is considered a mini version of the 1985 system, if you remember it. It comes with 30 built-in games like Pac-Man, Tecmo Bowl, and Super Mario Brothers. One man we spoke with says he waited in line in hopes of sharing his younger years with his 7-year-old son.
Just the nostalgia and, I don't know, just remembering my childhood and waking up in the mornings playing the Nintendo and going back to that. It's just to give him a little bit of my childhood.
Now, the retailer is handing out tickets for each system they have in stock, similar to what they do on Black Friday. However, once the systems run out of Best Buy, there will be no more. The NES Classic Edition costs about $60, but can sell up to $200 on eBay. Coming up, the latest artists are officially indicted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's another cute and lighthearted movie you can take the kids to, this time with singing animals. Details on the latest animated movie to hit theaters next in entertainment.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country, and now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here, and we're ready to help. Call us today.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Ridin' at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbythebay.org.
A poodle butter dish. I'll use this. A chicken purse. It's so artsy. You're really good at giving gifts.
This holiday, give the perfect gift.
Perfect.
Flowers, always the perfect gift. Beneva Flowers and Gifts, exceeding your expectations.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Alan Thicke is given a star-studded send-off. A memorial for the Growing Pains dad drew his friends and co-stars, including Bob Saget, Bill Maher, Alex Trebek, Kirk Cameron, and even Leonardo DiCaprio. Thicke's daughter-in-law, Dolly, shared these pictures on Facebook, including one of Thicke's son, Robin laughing and smiling while remembering his dad. Thicke died of a heart attack just last week. He was 69 years old. Rapper Tupac Shakur and rock group Pearl Jam are the latest inductees into the Hall of Fame. Both were elected in their first year as nominees, which is actually pretty rare. Other inductees include folk artist Joan Baez, 1970s rock band Journey, and the Electric Light Orchestra. The Rock Hall also plans to give a special award to disco star Nile Rodgers. Now, the Hall's 32nd annual induction ceremony takes place next April.
No, my next show is gonna be, drum roll please, a singing competition.
Finally, we all know about American Idol, but now there's Animal Idol. In theaters tomorrow is the newest animated musical called Sing. In it, Matthew McConaughey plays a koala bear named Buster Moon who's looking to save the theater he loves by hosting a music competition. Reese Witherspoon and Scarlett Johansson are also starring. Sing is rated PG.
Fun.
Cute movie.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm into these animated flicks now. The latest Disney flicks, fantastic, most beautiful movie I've,
Yeah.
you know, it's just absolutely
Good day to
gorgeous.
watch a movie today.
Absolutely a good day. Kind of cloudy, a little dreary.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Better tomorrow.
Stay with us.